Hi, this is Russ and with Health Forward Online, and I have the pleasure of sitting with Dr. Craig Sommers, and he is the author of the Raw Foods Bible. And I wanted to just sit with him and ask him a few questions. Tell us how you came about writing the book and a little bit of what it's about.
Sure. Well, I was going to naturopathy school, and I had to write a dissertation to graduate. I decided to do it on the benefits of uncooked and unprocessed foods. And after I was done, there was so much research into it, and there was so much good scientific information, I realized I had the beginnings of a great book. So I decided to add in the other health information that I thought was important, to gather the top recipes from the top chefs around the North American continent. And 150 recipes later, many chapters, 5 years down the road, and I ended up with Raw Foods Bible.
Wow. So you talk about in the book the three pillars, or three main categories of health: nutrition, lifestyle, and the mind-body connection. Talk about that first category, nutrition.
Certainly. We need to get the proper building blocks for our bodies to be healthy. And it turns out that the cooking of foods, according to the medical dictionary, destroys up to about 75-80% of vitamins. According to the Max Planck Institute for Nutritional Research in Germany, destroys about 50% of the protein or the amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein, denatures them. Denatured proteins are not healthy for us. We destroy the usability of some of the minerals. We destroy the usability of either most or all of the enzymes, depending on the temperature which you cook at. Mm-hmm. And you also create some toxins, which can be very unhealthy.
Okay, and how about the second one, lifestyle?
Well, there are many lifestyle habits that all of us are taking part in every day. And many of us don't know that some of these are very bad for our health. For instance, the use of cosmetics. So since the FDA granted self-regulation to the cosmetic industry, they got to decide what non-toxic would mean. They got to write the definition. So essentially what they decided is that if up to 49% of the animals die while testing a new cosmetic ingredient, they can still call that non-toxic as long as 50% lived. So many of the chemical ingredients in cosmetics that we're putting on our skin, some cosmetics may have up to 20 ingredients, where up to 49% of the animals died, and we're still putting those chemicals on our skin. They pass through into our bloodstream, and our liver has to detoxify them. This is really a terrible thing. We should only use cosmetics that we can eat. Brands like Aubrey or Aubrey Organics, Dr. Bronner soaps, Weleda toothpaste, those are the ones that I use. And then there's electromagnetic radiation from high-tension power lines, from the devices that we use in our homes, from mobile phones, and so forth. And these electromagnetic fields are invisible. We can't see them, smell them, taste them, but they could have very negative effects on our bodies. Many studies were done, one printed in the New England Journal of Medicine, where utility workers or people working on these high-tension lines, they had twice the incidence of leukemia as workers in any other field in the United States. Wow. There was Dr. Becker's research who found that laboratory animals with cancer, when they were exposed to EMFs, their cancers grew twice as fast, and there's many more studies. So we need to avoid these EMF fields. We can avoid them if we use a Gauss meter and we know where they're coming from. Gauss meters are made all over the world, and I believe they're very important, especially to test where we're sleeping. Because where we're sleeping is usually 1/3 of our life.
Yeah. Alarm clocks by the head, you see that all the time.
Yes.
And the third category, the mind-body connection. Mention that, if you would.
Certainly. Well, the following study was done at every medical school in the United States, and they all came up with the same results. They found that every time we have a thought, we create something called a neuropeptide, and that our white blood cells, which are part of our immune system, have receptors for neuropeptides. These neuropeptides actually tell the white blood cells what to do, whether to make those white blood cells work harder or to tell them to relax and not do anything. And as it turns out, what all these medical schools found is that negative thoughts create neuropeptides which tell the white blood cells to basically take a chill pill, relax, and not go out there and kill the bacteria and other pathogens. Whereas positive thoughts create neuropeptides which tell the white blood cells to work harder. So it's very important that we keep our thoughts positive. When I examine all these thoughts, I see all negative thoughts. They all can be traced back to a feeling of fear. And when you look at all the positive thoughts, they could all be traced back to a feeling of love.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say we have essentially two choices in this life. Choose love or choose fear, the only choice that we're given.
Wow, that's good. Where can people find out more about you, or buy the book, or I believe you also sell the Gauss meter?
I do. My website is rawfoodsbible.com, and my book is available there, also at health food stores across the United States and in many other countries like Australia as well.
Great, awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.